dear, welcome to our class. Today we are in the ending session of the first lesson of our Raintree book, Monkey Trouble. I have already sent you the explanation of the stories in the previous video. Hope you understood the story, and now we have to do with the exercises, the question answers and exercises of the textbook. I'll be discussing the question answers and exercises in this video. What you have to do is you have to write down the question answers in your notebook and the word power in your notebook. Only these two things you write in your notebook and maintain the notes. The rest of the exercises which are there in the textbook, that you have to write answers in the textbook only. So in that way only we have to maintain our notes. Only the word power and question answers we will be writing in your notebook, and other exercises we will do in the textbook. So let us start with the discussion of this question answers first.
Page number 6. A. Answer in brief. First question, why didn't grandmother want to keep Tutu? What is the answer? Yes, there were already enough pets in their house and she did not want any more pets now. Second question, why did grandmother change her mind about keeping Tutu? Grandmother changed her mind when she came to know about Tutu, that she is a girl monkey, not a boy. She changed her mind, she accepted her. According to her, girls are less mischievous than boys. So she changed her mind. Third question, Tutu would climb onto his shoulder and stay there playing with his hair and moustache. A part, whose shoulder would Tutu climb onto? Yes, we all know the answer. Tutu climb onto Major Malik's shoulder. B question, when would Tutu do this? Yes, when she do this? Major Malik used to visit Speaker's home. And if Major Malik did not shake hands with Tutu before entering the drawing room, then Tutu will climb on to his shoulder and start playing with his hair and moustache. Next question, how was Tutu carried in the train? Yes, how she was carried? Tutu was carried inside a large black travelling bag as a hand baggage. Next question, why did the ticket collector want a ticket for Tutu? Yes, why did he want? Because he misunderstood the pet. He thought that it is like a cat or dog, and cat and dog are paid for when they are travelling. Now the next question, which other pet was grandfather carrying with him on the train? Yes, we all know the answer. The small tortoise. The grandfather was taking small tortoise with him. Now that is over. Now see B, answer in detail. First question, how does the speaker describe Tutu? The speaker describes Tutu as a pretty little monkey. Her bright eyes sparkled with mischief. She got pearly white teeth, which could be seen when she grinned widely. No? And she got a tail also, which worked as a third hand, and it added to her good looks also. So in that way, the speaker describes Tutu. Now the second question, why was Aunt Ruby shocked? Aunt Ruby was not knowing about Tutu's arrival, and when she entered her room, she saw a white bundle with no face was jumping up and down on the bed. And when she saw this, she got frightened and she started screaming and she got shocked. Now, third question, Tutu doesn't have fleas. A, who said this to whom? Yes, who said this? The speaker said. To whom? To Uncle Benji. Now, the B part, why did the speaker say this? The speaker took the hairbrush from Tutu and returned it to Uncle Benji. But when he gave it to Uncle Benji threw it away, as Uncle Benji had seen Tutu scratching her armpits with that hairbrush. So he did that. Next question, what were the advantages of the way Tutu was carried in the train? Tutu was carried inside a bag. So she was safe in that bag. She could not move here and there inside the train. She could look out of the bag. she can watch everything, and she was eating bananas and biscuit inside that bag very comfortably. So in that way she got all the advantages by sitting in that bag. Now the fifth question, what were the ticket collector and grandfather arguing about? What happened in the end? The argument was all about Tutu's fare. Grandfather did not want to pay for Tutu because, according to him, Tutu was a baby monkey and there was no charge for babies. But the ticket collector wanted grandfather to pay for Tutu's fare as she was as big as a cat or dog, and cat and dogs are paid for. So that was the argument all about. And in the end, grandfather had to pay 5 rupees for Tutu's fare. Now the sixth question. Then he gave grandfather a triumphant look. Who gave grandfather a triumphant look and why? Yes. Who gave a triumphant look? Yes, the ticket collector. Ticket collector gave grandfather a triumphant look when grandfather showed him the little tortoise and asked what he must pay for it. Then the ticket collector said that it is not a dog and he don't want any ticket for this small little tortoise. Next, C. Think and answer. First one. How do you know that grandfather liked animals and was kind to them? Grandfather was really a kind man because he had got several unusual pets in his home. And moreover, when he saw the little tutu looked very miserable with the collar and the chain, he wanted to make her free, happy, and he wanted to care for her. So he took that little monkey to his home. This shows his kindness towards animals. Now the next question. Why did grandfather want to get his own bag? Do you think he managed to do that? Now here, grandfather did not want to pay for Tutu's fare, but he paid. Now to get his own bag, he showed the little tortoise to ticket collector and asked how much he should pay for this little tortoise. Ticket collector gave a triumphant look and he said he did not want any money for this. He did not understand that grandfather was trying to teach him a lesson. Now D. Know your values. Grandfather adopted Tutu because he felt that Tutu was unhappy with the collar and a chain. You see a thin and dirty looking cat looking for food near a market. Some people shout at it and shoo it away. What will you do? I hope you understood the question. If you get a situation like this, if you find a dirty looking cat around you, what you will do? You have to write your experience, your feelings in your notebook in a short paragraph. Now we will move on to the grammar portion. See the A question. Identify the underlined words as common, proper, collective or abstract noun. Now to do this question you have to know about noun. Noun is one of the 9 parts of speech which tell us about the names. It is a naming word. It tells us about the names of a person, place, thing, animal, river, trees. All names comes under noun. Now let us see the types of noun. Common noun, proper noun, countable noun, uncountable noun, concrete noun, abstract noun, compound noun and collective noun. Now see the common noun. Common noun tells us about the names in common or in general. And proper noun tells us about the name of a specific person or a particular name. Now see countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are those nouns which can be counted easily. For example, book, pen, pencil. And uncountable nouns are those nouns which cannot be counted. For example, milk, oil, water, all these things. Now the next one is concrete noun. Concrete noun tells us about the noun which has got some physical body. We can touch these things. For example, table, book, pen. And on the other hand, abstract nouns are those nouns which do not have any physical existence. They don't have any physical body. We can't touch these things. For example, any kind of feelings, emotions, qualities, ideas and so on. Now the next one is compound noun. Compound noun is the combination of 2 or more words. When 2 or more words are together forming one word, it is known as compound noun. For example, bedroom, sunflower, son-in-law, all these kinds of words. Collective noun. When something is taken as a group or when we talk about a group of people, group of animal, group of flowers, group of books, anything in group, then that is known as collective noun. Like a bundle of sticks, or a bunch of grapes, or a bouquet of flowers, like that. Now let us see the exercise. In this exercise, some words are underlined. Have you seen? These underlined words are noun, and in the bracket the types of noun is given. We have to find out which type of noun is the underlined word. First one, it is done in the textbook. Second one, I saw a flock of sheep on my way to the village. In bracket, proper and collective is given. Flock means group, so the answer is collective. Next one, she loves white daisies, so she named her daughter Daisy. White daisies, it's common, so it is a common noun. And daughter Daisy, name of one girl, that is proper. Next one, Rimjim had a lovely surprise today. So surprise is the underlined word. Surprise is a emotion or feeling that comes under abstract noun. So that is abstract. Sudha sent her a beautiful bunch of flowers. Bunch. Bunch means group. So the answer for bunch is collective. And flowers. Flowers means all the flowers. So it is common. This picture shows a pride of lions playing together. Here pride of lions means a group of lions. So group means again collective. Last one, my heart filled with pride when my brother won the competition. Here pride means a feeling of pleasure. So feeling means abstract noun. I hope you have understood that exercise. Now write down the answers for the same. Second one collective, third one common and proper, fourth one abstract, fifth one collective and common, sixth one collective, and seventh one abstract. Next exercise, mark the highlighted word as countable or uncountable nouns. First one is done in the textbook. The first highlighted word is furniture and its answer is uncountable. Now see the second one. He really wants a large writing desk. Desk is countable. Yes. So the answer is countable. Third one, we cannot carry so many books in one bag. Bag is also countable. Fourth one, how much luggage will you carry for the trip? Now, luggage. We cannot count the luggage. So it is uncountable. Do you still have a lot of work to do? Work again, it is not countable. So it is uncountable. Last one, let us finish the letter tomorrow. Letter, yes, of course it is countable. So this was the exercise. I am giving you the answers also. Second one countable, third one countable, fourth one uncountable, fifth countable, and sixth countable. Now some more exercise are left in this lesson that I will be sending in the another video which is followed by this video.